So, of course, parentheses indicate that I have some chocolate going on at least. So I at least have a regular M&M. The question is, do I have a peanut M&M? And so I have to check to see how many things are attached to that parentheses. So in this case, I've got a cosine attached to it, but I also have a squared attached to it. And that squared is attached separately. It's not this. That squared is actually on just the parentheses. So I've got two things attached to that. So I'm going to have to deal with them separately. It's like having a peanut M&M. I first have to take off the shell, and then I have to take off the chocolate in order to get to the peanut. Okay, well, the first part, of course, that's the easy part because it's separate by itself, right? It's like if I have 4x squared minus 2x plus 6. So the derivative of that first piece is just going to be 3. And then the second one, so if I have, let's say, 5 cosine, just cosine by itself, I would get 5 and then times negative sign. And so notice that that coefficient just stays out in front, which is exactly what it's going to do here. So minus 5, and then I have negative sign, just like I do over here, except it's not x, because I have all this stuff. So it's negative sign of all that stuff. So I was really working with just the outer shell coating on my M&M first. And now I have to work on the chocolate. Now the chocolate is really the squared. That's the next thing that's around this. Consider this the peanut. So first I took care of the outer shell, now I'm going to take care of the chocolate. So the chocolate, I need to take this and power it down. I'm going to erase some work over here. So I'm going to power down, which means I'll have 2, and then the pi x will now be to the first. And then I'm going to take the derivative of the peanut, the all the way inside, and so the derivative of anything in front of x is just that coefficient. And then I go through and I try to simplify. Now remember, out front here, this is joined by a subtraction. I cannot join the 3 and the minus 5. That negative 5 and the 2 pi x and the pi are all coefficients on this parentheses. So what I really have is negative 10 pi squared x, and then times a negative. Oh, that's going to change that to a positive, and then sine of pi x squared. So I want you to stop what you're doing right now and just go through that step by step by yourself again. If you plan on getting good at these, you cannot just watch me. You have to stop the video and then go through the process all by yourself. Come on, calculates, you can do it. Don't be slackers. So this next one, I've got some chocolate M&M going on, and I've got a product rule. So notice I rewrote the square root as an exponent to the 1/2. And yes, they are in fact joined by product. So I'll start with the product rule, which is first times derivative of the second. But now this second piece, I notice that I have some chocolate inside a shell. So I'm going to start with the shell, and I'll power down that shell. So now it's to the negative 1/2. And then I have to take the derivative inside that shell, which is negative 2x. All of this was first times derivative of the second. Now I have to do the second times derivative of the first. So of course the second was the 1 minus x squared to the 1/2. And the derivative of the first, back here, is 2x.